The Oxford English Dictionary traces the earliest usage of the word woke to a 1962 New York Times Magazine article titled If You're Woke, You Dig It by African American novelist William Melvin Kelly, describing the appropriation of black slang by white beatniks. So I wanted to start off with that because, as you can see from the title, people don't understand what the word woke actually means. Now, I understand etymology, and as time goes by, the definition of words change, but I feel like this one has changed for the worse. You know, when I think of woke, me being a black man, I'm not going to really use too much research in this. I do have some more research points, but I'm not going to use too much research. I'm going to use my lived experience as a black man because the word came from our community, and it's been perverted and twisted and made into a bad thing by basically conservative people. And I get it from their standpoint, from their viewpoint, because if you're conservative, you want to keep things as they are or revert things to how they were. Woke is an ideology of progression. And you know, progressives have always gone against conservatives in politics and in the social sphere. So it makes sense. I get it. I totally get it. But what we're not gonna do is, at least y'all need to know the origins of it and what the word really means. We're not gonna skip over that. All right. So that's what this video is going to be about, and then just me just kind of talking my shit. So I know y'all probably heard of the saying, "Stay woke," right? So that basically means to be aware and be active and attentive to important facts and issues, especially when it comes to issues of race and social justice. Now, this is something that our current president is trying to get rid of. He's trying to get rid of critical race theory. He's already signed executive orders to get rid of the Civil Rights Act. If you don't know, the reason why that even had to be made was because people that look like me were getting hosed down in the street, getting beat, there's plenty of stories. You guys should know this. And now I understand what the ideology of what he's doing. Like, he wants to afford that he wants to afford those rights to everyone, but I feel like that's too much of an idealist point of view, because you can change the laws but you can't change the social mindset. Now, like, he set the country back several years doing that, you know, taking out those laws when the liberties that were in that law were already extended to people that don't look like me, that people that don't have my skin color. And people say, "Oh, we always make it about race, we always make it about color." That's what this country was built off of. That's what this country was established off of. One of the things was established off of. People like me only counted for 3/5 of a person, bro. Like, let's be for real. You know, let's if we're gonna talk about it, let's really talk about it, and let's really talk about it from all sides. And I'm the perfect person. I'm one of the perfect people to talk about it from the black side. So, you know what I mean? So, next up, again, we talked about how being woke usually meant being aware and attentive to what's going on. Always having a forward-thinking mindset, having a progressive mindset, you know, and that goes against what the current regime is right now. And that's flowed into gaming. That's why I have gaming on here, because I posted a video the other day about the Assassin's Creed Shadows controversy, and I've never seen this much controversy over a character and the historical accuracy of the character in an Assassin's Creed game until it was Yasuke. And now people are saying he never existed. People are saying he wasn't a samurai. You see all of these articles that never came out before. All these people coming forward that never said anything before. All of a sudden saying that he he doesn't exist. It's just funny. It's just like, just say y'all don't like black people, bro. Just say it. I'd rather you like be, you know, openly racist or openly prejudiced or openly bigoted than try to hide behind like shit that just didn't even happen, bro. Like, I know that the history on Yasuke is limited, but come on, bro. Like, let's be for real. The consensus among most historians, if you look it up, is that he did exist. There's just limited knowledge on him and his role and things of that nature. People are trying to go as far as to say he didn't exist, and that is insane, bro. And let's be real. In the Assassin's Creed games, how historically accurate have those games been? You had historical figures, but they weren't doing the things they were doing. You didn't have no SEO, all the SEO, sorry, SEO auditory. You didn't have no Desmond Graham. You didn't have the Abstergo Labs. You didn't have none of that shit. You didn't have no like alternate reality shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all suspend y'all disbelief for everything until it comes to anything that don't involve a non white straight man. Like, come on, bro. Y'all was coming at Nawe. Now it seems like they've stepped off the gas with Nawe, and now it's just full on just Yasuke bashing from what I've seen. It's getting to a point where it's very, very ridiculous. Now, we looked up the meaning of woke, right? That was from the Oxford Dictionary and the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Now, I don't go on Urban Dictionary for anything because I feel like that site is just, you know, it's not very scholarly individuals on there. But I looked at this meaning of woke and I want to take a look at it. So we're going to read it. So it says woke. When this term became popularized, the initial meaning of this term was when an individual became more aware of social injustice, or basically any current affairs related to bias, discrimination, or double standards. Mostly against black people. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Come on. Come on now. But anyway, however, as time passed by, people started to use the term recklessly, assigning the term to themselves or someone they knew to boost their confidence and reassure them that they have high moral grounds and are fighting for a better world, and sometimes even using it as a way to protect themselves from other people's opinion by considering the outsider as non-woke, while people that are in line with their beliefs as woke. Whoa. That's a typo there. Like what grammar is this right here? Okay, meaning that those outsiders have been brainwashed, I guess they meant, by society and see. This is why I don't really trust Urban Dictionary, and couldn't see the truth, thus filtering everything that the outsider gives, regardless whether it was rational or not. Now that is true. Now, as you know, speaking from lived experience, some people do hide behind the word woke and try to make it seem like they're holier than thou, like they're smarter than you just because they have a more open mind, you know, and that's kind of made the word kind of toxic. So I kind of get that, and I kind of get where the anti-woke rhetoric came from, and that's, you know, we'll get into that in a second. But there's another paragraph here. And as of now, the original meaning is slowly fading, and instead is used more often to term someone as hypocritical and think they are enlightened, despite the fact they're extremely closed-minded and unable to accept people's criticisms or different perspectives, especially considering the existence of echo chamber media that has helped them find other like-minded individuals, thus further solidifying their progressive opinion. Yeah, you know what? That is true. That is true. That is actually a respectable shout out to one who shall not be named. Shout out to this person who made this. But I feel like in practice, when we see it in the real world, it's actually more so the anti-woke people, which I'm going to get into that too right now, that are the more closed-minded ones, because these are the type of people that think women shouldn't have control of their bodies. These are the type of people that want just straight white male character leads. They just want like anime proportion women in their games, or is woke. They want, you see how they acted over Interstellar, Interstellar, right? They don't want variety. Like I think it stems from these people not going outside and just sitting online all day arguing with people about what's woke and what's not woke. Like if you go outside, you see that there's more diversity of thought than outside of your Discord server or your YouTube comments, because if you have a YouTube channel, it's mostly going to be people that actually mess with you and agree with you. And on Twitter, you can create communities where most people agree with you. But if you step outside, you'll see that the world is actually pretty progressive. Look how far we came. We came from spraying people down and sicking dogs on them and beating them to death because of the color of their skin, to everybody can have their opinion. We could be on YouTube and all share our opinion. If that's not progress, I don't know what is. This country was built on progression as much as it was the other stuff I'm talking about. So I feel like conservatism has its place, I don't think it should be at the forefront. That's just what I think in gaming or politics or the social landscape, because it gives us freedoms to do these things that we're doing now, all of us, you know. So because if you were white, or if you were Hispanic or Latino, whatever, and you help people like me, you got treated like them, you know. So it's everybody. There's a lot of people that have faced discrimination in this country. We talking about in this country because y'all talk about, oh, you act like slavery was invented in this country. That's a non-argument because slavery is a bad thing anyway. Like regardless of where. Like come on, bro. Like that's a terrible argument. So now we're gonna get into the anti-woke. If I'm gonna talk about woke, we gotta talk about the antithesis. Anti-woke. So boom. Anti-woke is a person whose principle of justice. Oh no, here I already see where this is going. A person whose principles of justice, self-sovereignty, and natural law do not waver despite social pressure, gimmicks, or other manipulation tactics. They are averse to tyrannical and cruel anti-human measures orchestrated by the parasite elite, such as the gender agenda and mass serial murderers. Such attacks are carried out on behalf of the PE against the anti-woke fascists who refer to themselves ironically woke. Anti-woke people seek to preserve freedom. But a lot of anti-woke people, they agree with sentiments that take away freedom from people, like taking away women's right to choose. And it seems like they want to re-implement the church back into politics when it was supposed to be a separation of church and state. So is that really freedom? You're forcing people to believe in a certain ideology that they might not believe in, especially with how diverse this country is culturally. A lot of people come here legally or illegal. You know, a lot of people are here. A lot of people in power came here illegally, like their descendants came here illegally. So, but yet here they are. You know, here goes another definition. Anti-woke is a culture or a person who questions if what's being presented to society makes sense. They do not accept the facts as portrayed in a way gullible. Essentially, I was like, that actually means woke. That doesn't mean anti-woke. I feel like anti-woke means you want things to stay the same. You want things to be conserved, or you want things to go back to how they were. So I don't know about that definition. So y'all anti-woke people be putting y'all foot in y'all mouth. Like y'all claim y'all want, you know, everybody to have the right to express themselves and things of that nature, but y'all have very closed-minded views on what that even means. Like you see it in gaming, you see it in society, but I don't know. I feel like I'm ranting, I'm babbling. I just wanted to get that off my chest because that's something that I've been thinking about for a long time. But basically, what I wanted to get at was woke. I wanted to get the real definition of what it means to be woke. And while I do acknowledge that it's changing, I do acknowledge the etymology of the word is developing and changing to something else. I feel like it's in a bad way, and I'm gonna call it out. So that's just how I feel. So that's how we develop as people. That's how we come up with concepts and ideas. That's how thoughts in society change from people talking, people doing what I'm doing, people talking and sharing their opinions. Now, I do realize that I'm probably gonna get like some flack for this and have my intelligence assaulted and things of that nature, but I don't really care about that because I know who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am. So y'all could comment. If you get disrespectful, you will just get removed from the channel. You can't comment on my channel again. I never knew you existed before. I won't know you exist in the future. So go ahead, bring on the comments, and let's talk about it down in the comments. Just keep it respectful, all right? So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.